I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Quarantine with the Stars. This is our daily show here on AfterBuzz TV, where we bring you interviews with some of Hollywood's best and brightest stars from right here in our home. I'm your host, Brian Saunders, and I am joined by the multi-talented producer and actor, Kevin Makery. Kevin, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for having me. This is fantastic.
I am super excited to talk to you today. We're going to be talking about your exciting projects, your company, as well as what you're doing during quarantine and kind of how you're staying sane in all this craziness.
Cool.
Perfect. Let's get into it. So let's start with that. How are you doing, and how are you staying sane during quarantine?
Well, I'm staying home, staying safe, keeping my family safe. I have a wife and two small girls. One turned 2 yesterday.
Aw.
We baked a cake and did the best we could. A little, a 4-person birthday party. So that was nice. And I have a gym set up outside. Even though we're in Los Angeles, it's been raining, but so rainy workouts. My wife works from home. Obviously, the kids are home from daycare, so it's actually more hectic and a little more busy than
Yes.
we would normally be, even though we're home. So it's a little weird. Uh, but I'm enjoying my family time. It's time. I'm often away from home. My wife works full time, so to have this time with my family, and as terrible as everything is out there, I am cherishing every second. I'm spending every minute of the day practically with my kids and my wife, and it couldn't be more of a blessing. I couldn't be quarantined with 3 better people than those 3 people. So we're getting by. It's hectic and it's crazy, but hey, if this is all that's being asked of us as the human race, is to stay home, why aren't we all doing it? So you get no complaints out of me.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with that. It's like this is a time where, family time and really, really cherishing the things that matter most. And it's perfect time to kind of get to know each other better and just do more things together. So I love that.
Right.
All right. So let's talk about how you're staying sharp as an actor as well. Are you like reading scripts? Are you watching more TV? What are you doing to kind of continue to stay sharp as an actor from home?
Well, doing a lot of press for Badland right now, so that's
Yes.
that's pretty good. I guess that's more the producer side of it all. Well, no, it's the actor side too. I read a ton of script. I read a ton of books. I watch. I would love. I just finished Ozark. It's my favorite show out. It's phenomenal. And now we're sharing streaming space with Ozark and Badland on Netflix, so
Hmm.
that's pretty amazing. Uh, and I wish I had more time than I did, honestly, to catch up on shows and read
Hmm.
more scripts. But I just acquired a book series by this author Bobby Cole, so uh, that's keeping me busy. It's 3 books. He actually wrote 4 books. So Bobby Cole, check him out. His first book is called The Dummy Line. It's going to be a movie soon by Papa.
Nice.
Shameless
That
plug,
sounds.
but that is what I'm doing right now.
Don't worry, we all have to. We love the Badland posters in the back. So perfect. All right. So let's also talk about your producer side. You mentioned that a little bit. What was it like, being both in front of and behind the camera for Badland?
It's the best thing ever. It's a dream job come true. You get to create a film from the concept to the screen, then be the guy on the screen, and then see it through post production, get it out, and then get it on Netflix, and the world sees it. It's the best feeling. It's not an easy job. It's pretty much a thankless job. And we do it because we love it. I do it because I love it, and I love all aspects of it: writing, producing, acting, directing, every aspect of filmmaking. I love it. I couldn't imagine being in any other field at all. With that said, it is really difficult to be the lead of a film and be the producer. It's not impossible, but the trick is to surround yourself with talented, like-minded, hardworking people, and that's what I did. It's a blessing to work with the people. I have 2 fantastic producing partners in Pop Octopus, Jennifer Ambrose and Sean Nightingale. They're my right and left hand. They're amazing. So they kept me shielded from any troubles while the cameras were rolling, and only brought things to my attention if it was 100% necessary. Otherwise, they handled it, and we moved on, and we got what we needed. Because at the end of the day, the most important thing is what you're capturing on the lens. So every other problem is secondary when the cameras are rolling. And in indie film, you don't have a chance to. You can't push things a day or 2 days. There's no time. There's no money. So you have to get it when you can get it.
That is amazing. Well, let's talk about Badland while we're here already. So tell me a little bit about the film and your character.
Well, Matthias William Breacher is my dream character for a Western. I'm an 80s kid. I grew up with a single mom, so no male role model in the family at all. And so, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Clint Eastwood, Robert Redford, at a time Van Damme and Steven Seagal, they were my role models. I got into bodybuilding at 14 because of Stallone and Rambo. I grew up on Westerns. I grew up on Star Trek. So Matthias Breacher is the man with no name, which is every Clint Eastwood character there is. John Rambo and Luke Skywalker all wrapped into one character and then dropped into a modern telling of a spaghetti Western. So we basically did everything. I don't try to hide the fact that I'm homaging Clint Eastwood in that role. I mean, from cutting to the eyes, in the showdown, to whipping out the gun and blah, 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 blasting everybody. It's a love letter to the spaghetti Western. It is my love letter to the guys that came before me, the guys that made me who I am, Eastwood, Stallone. Uh, this is, I mean, it's for me, but it's because of them. And I'm not ashamed to admit it.
I love that. Well, those are definitely some of the most incredible actors we have out there. So there's a perfect role models, especially you said for this Western type of film, which is so exciting. I definitely have to check it out on Netflix. So I want to know a little bit about that. You mentioned it's an indie film. So what was the process like having to get it on Netflix?
Well, we signed with this distributor, Cinedigm Entertainment, and they're just very good. They're really good at westerns, but they're really good at on the indie level. They have a format. It's called a day and date release, and I'll give you a little indie wisdom how we work. It comes out in a limited theatrical release, 12 to 15 cities, so not a huge, not on a lot of screens, but because of that placement, it gets a top placement on like streaming VOD. So like if you have Spectrum or Dish Network or
Hmm.
iTunes, whatever you stream on, there's a little banner. It says in theaters now, Badland. It gets that
Got it.
special placement. So, it doesn't have a 3,000 screen release like a big movie would do, but very limited. But it's all about pushing it for streaming. Streaming and DVDs are where indie films make their money. It's very
Hmm.
hard for an indie film because in a studio film, they put a lot of money into marketing. They usually match the budget. If the movie
Yes.
was $100 million, they spent $100 million in marketing. Indie film, we don't have that kind of budget. We're lucky to have the budget we have to make the movie. So the marketing lacks. So streaming really leveled the playing field and opened up doors for guys like me to put out the films that we love making and not go in the poorhouse. And there's always a chance of going in the poorhouse. We don't make a ton of money off of them, but we can continue to make them and get our art out and make a living that way. And it's just so important. To go back to your question, so it comes out in the movies and in premium VOD streaming, and then once it does that run, it comes out on DVD and Blu-ray, and then across every other platform where you can rent it for like $4.99 or $3.99. And then once it does that run, it goes to Netflix, and so now it's on Netflix, and it didn't even have any marketing. I want to thank everybody who watched the movie. I'm getting chills and a little emotional. It's a blessing. We worked so hard to make the movie, and there was no advertising behind it. Just what's new on Netflix this week, and people watch it. I know we're all home watching TV, and that people chose to watch Badland and tell their friends and trend it and blow it up. It's a dream come true. As a producer, as an actor, as a fanboy, comic book geek, film cinephile. It's a dream come true. And it's so much more rewarding that the people made it happen.
Definitely.
The viewers made it happen. It wasn't shoving it down anybody's throat. They watched it, and you don't get it's the epitome. I like reach the top. It's just such a nice feeling. It's amazing. So thank you, Netflix, and thank you, America. Every single one of you. Thank you so much.
I love that. Well, you mentioned so many different hats. You mentioned like budgeting and the filmmaking aspect of it. So I know you are the CEO of Papa Octopus Productions, which is the production company that made Badlands. So tell me what it's like running that company.
Awesome, hard, thankless at times, but then times like this, the biggest thank you ever. It's great. Like I said, I've surrounded myself with amazing people that make my job easy. Well, it's never easy in this job, but easy as it can be. Uh, but do it. Created the company to make movies,
Yeah.
that I wanted to make. That the like-minded people with the same love and passion for movies. It's so hard in Hollywood. I mean, I've been at this for 20 years. I've been an actor, for 20, since 1998. I've been a SAG actor, and it's hard. You go in a room, you give your all, you prepare for an audition, and you spend days or however much time you have to work on it. Every second is devoted, and then you go in a room and you give it your all. You drive there, you pay for parking, you do everything that you do to make that happen, and then you walk out, and 9 times out of 10, nothing. It's and you work so hard, and your fate is really in other people's hands. And
Hmm.
with the new digital age, really open the doors for guys, like, for not guys, anybody, but people, like-minded people, to go out and control their own destiny. You can't control if people are going to watch the film you make. You can make the best movie in the world, somebody's going to hate it. That's just the way it goes. You can't please everybody, but you can do what you want to do and fulfill, scratch that itch for yourself. And that's why we created Pop Octopus, to scratch that itch and hopefully make things that people want to watch. And you know what? It's working, and it's so awesome.
I'm so glad to hear that. Well, you shouted out America regarding Badland. So do you want to shout out America and the world one more time and just tell them a positive message about what the situation we're going through?
Yeah, well, again, thank you, America, for watching. If you really like what you see, we have 2 other movies you should check out. Any Bullet Will Do, and Big Legend. One is a creature feature horror. It's fun. And the other one is a Western. And they're both on Amazon Prime or Tubi, Vudu, and you can watch it for free right now. And I just want to say, stay home, stay safe, do your part. Do you want, in 20 years from now, when somebody asks you, what were you doing during the COVID-19 crisis? Do you want to say that you did your part to keep people safe? Or do you want to say you went to the beach with your friends because, I went shopping because I needed some eggs? Or whatever it is, stay home. Especially these next 2 weeks, they're saying stay home, read a book, watch a movie. It doesn't have to be Badland. Watch anything. Spend time with your kids, spend time with your loved ones, Zoom people. Just stay home. Only for essential needs, go out. And support our healthcare workers and our people in the field. And really the way to do that is to stay home. So everyone, please stay home, stay safe, keep your loved ones safe. I love you all, and we'll get through this together. I promise.
I 100% feel you on all of that. That is the perfect way to end. So, Kevin, where can people find you on social media?
At Kevin Makeley on Instagram. Follow me, send me a message. I'll get back to you. We have time, so
Yes.
I will make the time. I love to hear from the fans. Again, it's a dream come true. I'm a fan, so to give that back to people. I know how I feel when I watch people that I love in a performance, or just the people I loved watching growing up. I know how I feel. If I'm making people feel like that, that's a job well done. That's a dream come true. So anybody that reaches out to me, I will get back to you. Uh, let's do this together. We're in it
I
together.
love that. Thank you so much, Kevin, again for joining me. That was the perfect way for us to end. I'm Brian Santos. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at the Brian Santos. This has been Quarantine with the Stars. Stay safe, stay positive, and most importantly, like Kevin said, please stay home. Thank you all so much for joining us, Kevin. It was amazing to have you, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.
Pleasure. Bye-bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.